Hi everyone, it's me again. Welcome to my 6th video blog for the year. It's been a while since I made video blog, so as promised from one of my Facebook friends that they want a tutorial about the brushes I use most of the time right now. It's from Grigor 88 Greases. How do you say his name? Well, whatever. He's got awesome brushes that give your digital paintings the traditional feel to it. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so right now, this set of brushes that you see on the left hand side are the brushes are mostly from Grig 88 Greases brushes. These are they provide you with traditional look in your digital paintings. For instance, like this. As you can see, the strokes are. You can see the bristle-like textures in the brushes. Can also have some soft textures to it, but still it's still textured, as you can see. If we overlay, if we lay out, look, see, it's got a dry paint or a brush texture to it. Okay, so right now I'm gonna do this artwork. I'm gonna paint this guy, and this is one of the photos I took when I was in the Getty Museum in California. It's one of those interesting sculpts that I saw there in the museum, and it really the contrast of the sculpt with the background is very pronounced, as well as the contrast in the hood areas, the eye socket areas are very pronounced. So that's what I'm going to achieve here in my painting. I'm gonna show some details in the exact areas. So yeah, so that's about it. So right now I'm setting up my canvas. I'm gonna set my canvas into middle tone first, somewhat middle tone, around 70 to 80 brightness, or 85 brightness, and then I'm just gonna lay out some colors here, some mid-tones, neutral colors. Okay, so right now this color will serve as the shape or the form of the sculpt. Okay, right now I'm gonna, what is the rule in oil paint is you start from dark to light. So I'm gonna start with the dark areas of the sculpture or the image. Just work my way in there, and again, not thinking about details, just laying out the shapes, the positive and the negative shapes of the image. Then deciding how I will choose the strokes to be. It could be vertical strokes or horizontal strokes. So right now, just laying out the colors here. I'm not too keen about what colors I use here, just picking up the sliders, picking the color in the slider. Again, just as what Bob Ross said, don't happy accidents can happen. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's just the initial phase of the painting. See, just painting the ambient areas, the ambient occlusion areas, the ones where what you call this? It's where the areas where the light doesn't penetrate, or yeah, that's about it. Ambient occlusion. That option can be found in games, in video games, in the graphics options. You turn on AO, somewhat a technical term, but if you just, in layman's terms, it's just an area where light it's an area where light doesn't touch the image or the object. Rather the object, yeah. So I'm not really trying to copy the image. Just want to have my own interpretation or my own impression of the sculpt, the image I took. It's just a study. It's not meant to be perfect. At the end of the day, if you studied and you feel like if you did not get, or you did not level up instantly, or you did not get any learnings from your study for this day, if you feel like you're stuck, or you're still studying, you're still learning, whether you don't agree with it or not, you're still learning. It takes time. No one becomes a master instantly with their craft. It takes practice and working smart, working hard. So there are lots of ways to learn art. You can I don't think but if you I don't know, if you no, if you go for an industry where there's a standard, then there's really a guideline, or what you call it, a guideline for them to follow. For example, if you want to work for Blizzard, your works should really reflect what they are after, or with to the style thereafter, to the works, to the work thereafter, with but with a touch of your with your personal touch. So that's what Blizzard is looking for in their roster. They want something that looks the same as their, or that is in line with their current standard, but with a touch of the unique touch of your own personal touch. Okay, now never mind my language, just my accent, or I'm just enjoying painting here. And yeah, it's been a while since I recorded something, but if you hang around and you're still watching this video, then thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So right now it's starting to form. The features are starting to form. Right now I'm still not committing to details. Still squinting my eyes, which in the which part in the image has the most contrast, and that's where squinting your eyes comes. It helps you simplify the forms, the values, and guides you where those areas that are to be simplified and to be transferred in your image that you're painting. So right now I'm still squinting, simplifying the areas. It looks like his eye sockets are very pronounced. His bridge of his nose is also very he has a big nose, so the Caucasian features are really here. Okay. Right now I'm still using one brush. This one. This is the most, out of all the brushes here, this is the most bristly textured brush here in all these brushes. So it's really good for laying out big areas, laying out the big areas in the painting. Okay. Again, still not committing to details. Still squinting my eyes. Okay. Alright. Okay. Right now, most of the time, I'm pressing Alt click to get to ink drop some colors, to quickly ink drop some colors. Already found in the image in my painting, so it really helps. But most of the time you really have to manually. It's up to you. It's a matter of it's a matter of preference. It's really up to you if you wanna do it slow or do it fast. Slow here, this is slow. This is by doing it slow. It's doing it traditionally. You mix the colors in your palette. Then I can see I'm now introducing some secondary colors here, some bounce light colors. See, in his hood, I can see some orange tints there, and underneath his eye sockets there's some warm yellowish colors there, as well as the eye socket and okay. The hard part about this image is his beard, the flow. As you can see, look, those are some very nice details there. So that should be the focal point. That should be where the focus of my painting is. So I'll try my best to get the details of the beard. It's just a matter of observing the colors, the light, where it hits and where it doesn't hit. Combination of the bounce light, the cast shadows, all of the values are working here. All of the lighting are in play in this image. So as much as possible, I want to successfully capture the essence of this image. I have to get the values, get the lighting right, introduce values in their right places. So if you're wondering, if you're wondering why I am like a bra here, I'm sporting some Vegeta floating tank top from Smart T-shirt. Bought it last Sinulog. So really gives me what's that, you ask? Do you have a Facebook page? That's Smart T-shirt Philippines. That's Smarty. That's spelled SMARTIE Philippines. So you just search them with their YouTube page. They have lots of apparel there to your liking. Most of the apparel there are some superhero Avengers inspired rush guards. So if you notice, I introduced another brush. Now this brush does wonders. It's like cutting. It has the sharpness and in one corner, in one side, and somewhat soft or dry in the other area. This brush introduces the is good for introducing the ambient or the areas where light doesn't penetrate. So it's like, I don't know if this analogy is right. It's like slicing a butter with a hot knife, or I don't know, man, forget about it. And let me just draw, or if you prefer, I'll just shut up and just draw. So right now I'm still using this brush, the hot butter knife brush. That's what I'm gonna call it. Hot butter knife brush. Okay. Again, I'm gonna go back to this brush, to this bristleback brush, introducing the areas I have to admit, this is hard. This is a hard image to do. But if you allow yourself to take time and analyze the image, observe how the light made this image the way it is, then I'm sure you're gonna have a successful study. Okay, right now I'm adjusting some areas where the saturation is very evident, is pronounced. Mostly the saturated areas are in the middle of the image. Okay, I think this is still lower, so now I'm gonna adjust it to 300 dpi and introduce some details, since I have almost laid out the basic form values of the image. Now I'm gonna introduce some with the help of this brush. Okay, and then introduce some highlights, some areas. Zooming out is the best way to really get to see your image in a way that you'll not be committed to doing some details. So that's why zooming out is a way get you moving with your painting. Because if you zoom in, then you do it details by details, then you will notice that, my image is distorted. What happened? It's because you have thought about doing all the details first without realizing that you're not thinking, you're thinking micro. I wonder what happened. I think my tablet is in his twilight years right now. Don't you dare break down on me yet. My tablet, I still haven't have the money to buy a new one. I'm really thinking about getting those Cintiqs in the near future. I'm really thinking of getting one this December, by the end of this year. I'm thinking of getting the 27-inch one. And that's my goal. But hey, if you want, I could try those. But if I want, I could try those Bosto Yenova ones. They have also good reviews. I was in the market of getting one of those when I was in the US. So, but yeah, I'll be having trouble with the customs when I will be back in the Philippines. So I scrapped the idea of getting and ordering them when I was there. Just made use of this tablet, my bamboo, I had this tablet since 2009, so it's nearly 10 years now, 10 years old. So if it ain't broken, then why fix it, right? So if it's still usable, then why buy a new one, right? But this bamboo has its limitations. It doesn't have the, I don't know, I haven't tried the Intuos ones, the Intuos 4 or 5, those higher end models from Wacom. So the only difference they have is the pressure sensitivity and the tilt, and I think that's it. I think the tilting feature is just a gimmick. It doesn't really contribute, doesn't make you any better artist than just using this basic or this lower end products from Wacom. But yeah, to each their own. That's just my opinion. I mean, anything. Brushes don't make you a master. Having custom brushes in Photoshop doesn't make you a master. The tools doesn't make you a master. It's your but it makes you work hard and smart. So I mean, it works. It makes you work smarter if you have the right tools. If you have the tools, it's like an added. It's just an added, or it's an added privilege you have if you have those tools in your disposal. So we're now introducing some details, the face. Okay. Right now, I'm just using 2 brushes, but if I want, I can just use one. But who wants to use one? You can have. I already have. It's just a matter of I already have these many brushes. Look at that. Look at that. That's a collection of brushes from other artists. So, but right now this video is intended for this set of brushes from 88. What's his name? Yeah. So I'm not gonna use those other brushes. Still pressing the Alt key here to quickly pick the color. Again, it's just a matter of how you want to work. If you want to work slow, then go ahead and do this every time you want, every new color that you want to introduce. But if you want to work fast and efficient, then I highly recommend you alt click and pick the color that's already there in your canvas. Okay. The mask is it looks sinister here in my painting than in the image I took. But I like it that way. Keeps a spooky character to it. Okay. Oh, where was I? Again, guys, if you wanna, it's up to you if you want to really introduce a lot of details in your piece. But in my case, I'm just gonna push some details in the right places and leave the other areas open for undetailed or something. Really up to you guys. It's turning out to be so, yeah. By the way, if you're asking if am I self-taught or not? In a way, yes, but mostly in a sense, in digital method, I'm mostly digital painting and mostly self-taught. But I studied traditional painting or fine arts here in the Philippines. So I have some background really of how brushes, how you lay the direction and I don't know, man, it's just a matter of observing some old masters paintings and some other dudes who are very good, contemporary dudes who are very good in their craft right now, especially in the digital world. Dudes like Lee Sun Yin, man, that guy's digital works or studies are whew. He's good, man, he's good. John J. Park, yeah, man. Those guys, those Asian dudes. Oh, I'm Asian, but no, those dudes are the best master of their craft. Okay, so it's just a matter of practice, guys, and adding details in the right places and softening up some making areas soft also in the right places. Again, it's up to you if you want to really copy all the details by details of the image, but I don't know, man, that's not my game. But if you prefer, I can do that, but I don't have the time, man. I don't have the time. So right now I'm pressing Alt, then clicking on some dark areas. If you notice, there's a ring. That's the area that it copied the color. Then boom. Again, I'm gonna introduce this brush, this sharp, hot, buttery knife brush. Okay, I'm gonna go into the beard. That's where my focus is, the beard. Then after this, I'm gonna wrap up the video. Hopefully you learned something from this video, or not. introducing some warm areas to emphasize the highlights. Because one thing I learned from I don't know if I learned from this artist named Jesper Idsching that you have to there's this thing called a focal point. So right now my focal point is this area, the almost the center area of this piece. So this is my focal area. So in Jesper Idsching's from Medical, from his interview, you can be monochromatic here in this sides. You can just adjust the brightness without the saturation here, but it doesn't matter in these areas. But if in the focal area, in the focal point area, you have to, that's where almost all the contrast, saturation is introduced. A change in, you know what I'm saying, a change of contrast and not so much value, but hue and contrast. That's what Jesper has talked about his his interview, that's what is prevalent in most of his paintings. He introduces different hues or the complementary colors of that image, so that it will really we will have to make the focal point of your painting have you know what I'm saying. So yeah. So right now it's just a matter of getting the details, the highlights. So yeah, this is the bounce light. This because our lighting here is, our light comes from the top, so it came directly from this direction, so that's why we have highlights here, 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 and here, was especially in the nose area. That's where I'm gonna introduce the highest, probably the highest highlight, probably highest value, brightest value in the work, in the illustration. And the bounce light came from this light. So this light, I don't know, this light, this has a highlight, and the light bounce back here in this. It's like if this is in a side view. Okay, I don't know if you're following this. So This is the side view of the nose, his mouth, then his chin is like there's and some beard here. The light bounced here. The light came from the top, highlighted this area, and then bounced back here. That's why it created a light. That's the bounce light. That the color of that light is this one, this yellowish tint. It I don't know the exact term. It depends. No, it depends on the environment, and on the lighting, and on the local color of the object. In this case, the local color of this statue is cream, or it's somewhat cream color. I think I'm almost done with this video, but I'm gonna continue working on this. So if you found value of this video, please share to your friends. And I'm mostly in a sense I'm promoting 88 Grizz brush. I wanna really get this brush out there. Well, it's already out there. The top of their game, the high caliber artists are already using his set of brushes, and I can even consider the creator of these brushes the top tier high caliber artists. So I think that's it. So wait a minute, you're still here? Oh, maybe you can still watch me. Nah, I'll just end this video. So if you like this video, click subscribe and share to your friends, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.